Alright everyone, welcome back.
ええ、使い輪にしたのよお嬢さん。これで計画通り。エミやシロはマスターではなくなり、セイバーは私のものになった。この娘さえ手中に収めてしまえば恐れるものは何もない。そうよ、あのバーサーカーが私を襲おうと関係ない。今度は私から攻め入ってあげましょう。
Castor laughs loudly and holds the collapsed Fujin in her arms.
ほら、返してあげるわおバカさん。大事な人なんでしょ。なら死んでしまわないように最後まで頑張らないとダメよ。
Fujin's body floats, as if being pulled by an invisible arm. Fujin's body levitates. I catch her at once. There's no reply, but her body's warm. Fujin is unconscious, but she's breathing and doesn't have a single wound. I sigh with relief.
満足したかしら。約束だものね。その娘は助けてあげる。それに、そうね、あなたも見逃してあげましょう。先ほどの見せ物、頭にくるぐらい素敵だったから。けれど、
そう、まあそういう流れになるわよね、普通。
ええ、戯れはここまでよお嬢さん。さあセイバー、アーチャーのマスターを仕留めなさい。邪魔をするようならあなたのマスターだった子も殺していいわ。
ふざけるな。誰が貴様などに。
Saber glares at Castor, still on her knees.
いいえ、従うのよセイバー。あなたはもう私のもの。この霊樹がある限り身も心も私には逆らえない。
You gotta respect how high level her magic resistance is to be able to resist this type of rule breaker for that matter. Saber's voice is filled with pain, but on the other hand, Saber's body slowly gets up against her will. Saber's body moves. She charges towards Tosaka at the same speed as before, and she thrusts her sword. I feel a dull pain in my shoulder. I feel the steel stabbing into my shoulder. Saber's sword that should be invisible emerges faintly with my blood. I hear Tosaka's voice from right behind me. But even if she says that, there's nothing I can do. My body just moved on its own. And above all, I didn't want to see Saber attack Tosaka. I didn't want to see it, so I just went in between them. My body jumps. Saber's sword doesn't stop its force. It rips my flesh and scrapes my collarbone. The blade will eventually tear the blood vessels in my neck, and I will die. That's not good. I'm still carrying Fujine. And Tosaka is behind me.
残念。もったいないわね。その子には興味があったのだけれど。
Far away, Castor is saying something.
霊樹に従いなさいセイバー。そのままもろとも切り落とせば二人減るわ。
A ruthless order. Making sounds as if resisting it, Saber's arm shakes while stopping.
バカな。セイバーの大魔力は霊樹の縛りにさえ抗うというの。
Castor's astonished. Still looking down, Saber desperately bites her lips and pulls back her sword. A squeezed out whisper. Something drips, crying from her downcast face.
逃げて、シロ。
Saber pleads with such earnesty that she might cough out blood.
シロ、来なさい。
待て、トサカ。
Tosaka pulls my hand and I start running. The wound on my shoulder is so hot that I can't think properly. Still, I have Fujin in my arm, so I accept that running is my only option. No, I have no choice but to accept it. What a contradiction. She threw away her pride as a swordsman and told me to run. Accepting that wish would be the greatest consolation for her right now. But on the other hand, abandoning her tears and running away itself means losing her. Yeah, I hate seeing that too, man. I'm out of breath. I don't know where I ran, but when I realize it, I see a familiar Western-style mansion towering in front of me.
シロ、こっち。意識はある？まだ歩ける？
I run, being pulled by someone. My body is strangely light. It must have gotten lighter after losing my insides. Or did I lose my senses? The only weight I feel is Fujin's body that I'm holding with one arm. I can't see well. I'm not sure where I'm walking or what I'm doing.
藤村先生はそこに寝かせて。ちょっと、聞いてるのシロ。いいから、ここなら安全だから手を離しなさいっての。
Someone takes away the person I'm holding. The important weight disappears. My body becomes heavy in return. My body that was once light turns into iron, and I collapse, unable to even stand.
はーちゃん、急いで。手当てをするから私の部屋に。
I hear someone's voice. My body is heavy and hot. I imagine turning red. Does it get this hot when you put steel on fire to make a sword? The heat gradually cools down as I pass time uselessly. A room I don't know. I look up at the ceiling with a boiling head. That's all I can do. It seems like I'm lying on a bed.
私じゃ治せない。この傷じゃこれ以上は戦えないでしょうけど。もうマスターじゃないんだから戦う理由もないか。
A voice that has regained its calm unlike earlier. The person who brought me here and treated my wound.
ここまでね。シロはもう戦わなくていいわ。
Said those words. I try to say something and my vision turns black. My eyelids fall. Anesthesia puts my body to sleep. I feel someone leaving and hear the sound of a door closing. My consciousness cut out there. The sun sets. The sun that wasn't even visible sets, and the sky that was already gloomy gets even darker.
そうか。セイバーが奪われたか。
Unfairly, I might add. That was Archer's only response. His master, Rin Tosaka, stated the truth simply, but his brevity surpasses hers.
それだけ？これでキャスターの下にいるサーバントは2人よ。何か他に感想はないの？
ああ。これといった打開策は思いつかないな。だが、奴の宝具が判明しただけでも良しとするべきだ。サーバントとマスターの契約を断つか。事前にそれを知っておけば、うまくことを運べるだろう。
それはそうだけど、ずいぶん無関心なのね、ハーチャー。あなた、セイバーに肩入れしてたんじゃないの？
そんな素振りを見せたつもりはないが、何をもってそう思う、リム。
そうね。女の勘で納得できる？
却下だ。女という年か君は。まず色香が足りない。優雅さも不足だ。おまけに、これが致命的なのだが、とにかく可愛さが分かりづらい。
This guy is so bold, it's scary how blunt he is.
なんだ、ようやく調子出てきたわね、あんた。
She smiles happily. It's not Archer if he's not like this. An unemotional archer is not a partner Rin trusts. Her partner always has to be composed and speak sarcastically to anyone, regardless of who it is. Rin realizes that this is the knight's kindness. Speaking sarcastically is like him indirectly telling others to fix parts of themselves.
さあ、じゃあ確証その1。あなた、初めてセイバーと会った時、手を抜いてたでしょ。いくらセイバーが強いって言っても、守り上手なあなたが一撃で倒されるとは思えないのよね。
あれは不意打ちだったからな。君と同じ予想外の展開には弱いんだ。
余計なお世話よ。で、確証その2。ライダーの一件の後、セイバーを挑発してたでしょ。あれってどう考えてもあんたらしくないのよね。それで少し見方を変えてみたら分かっちゃった。あなた、あの時セイバーを叱ってたんでしょ。正解？やっぱりね、そうじゃないかと思ってたんだ。前世からの因縁にしろ何にせよ、あんたがあそこまで冷たい態度を取るなんて珍しいもの。
そうかな。私は誰に対してもああいった対応をしていると思うのだが。
そう思うは本人ばかりってね。思うんだけど、あなたって自分に関することだけは不器用なのよ。周りに対してはすごく器用だから、つい騙されちゃうんだけど。
Archer frowns as if reflecting on himself. It seems like he's aware of it. The Red Knight goes silent with a troubled expression, and his master looks at that with pleasure. Then suddenly,
で、そろそろ思い出した？自分がどこの英雄か。セイバーと関係があるなら、セイバーに近い時代の英雄なんでしょ？
she asks, as if to test him.
いや、もやがかかったままだ。だが、君の言う通り、あのセイバーには覚えがある。あちらは知らないようだから、あまり深い関係ではなかったようだが。
じゃあ友人とか恋人関係じゃなかったのね。残念。そうだったらセイバーの正体も分かったのに。
She doesn't sound disappointed. A forced line that's not genuine.
まあ、いずれ思い出すさ。それより、リン、連れ込んできた者の様子はどうだ？命に別状はないのか？
うん。なんとか命は取り留めたわ。あいつ、昨日まで怪我を負っても勝手に治ってたくせに、今回の傷は全然治らないのよ。契約が切れたら、セイバーからもらっていた治癒能力がなくなったんでしょうね。けど、まあなんとかなったわ。幸い急所は外れてたし、3日ほど安静にしていれば食事ぐらいはできるようになる。
いや、そっちじゃない。もう一人の方だ。
ああ、藤村先生。あの人なら寝室で寝かせてあるわ。キャスターの眠りの魔術を受けているけど、本人はすっごく元気よ。
そうか。だが、キャスターの魔術なら眠り姫になりかねないな。あの女のそれは魔術というより呪いだ。解除するには本人を倒すのが手っ取り早い。
そうね。どのみち聖杯戦争も長くは続かない。一日でも早くキャスターは倒すし、藤村先生ならひょっこり自力で起きそうだし。
Archer agrees, and after a brief pause in the
キ
conversation,
ャスター退治が最優先だな。マスターが一人減ったとはいえ、セイバーは健在だ。余裕はないぞ、リン。
分かってる。すぐに町に出るわ。いくらキャスターでもセイバーを完全に支配するには時間がかかるはず。できればセイバーが操られる前にキャスターを倒さないと。
了解だ。では、あの小僧との契約もここまでだな。ではない。エミヤシロはマスターではないのだろう。ならば戦力にはならんし、わざわざ守ってやる必要もない。君が使った2つ目の霊樹はこれで解約ということだ。 どうした？まさか共に戦ったよしみで面倒を見るなどというのではなかろうな。
まさかそこまでお人よしじゃないわ。
なら
けどまだ終わってない。あいつが自分から降りるって言うまで約束は破らない。私は突っぱねるけど、あいつが参ったって言うまでは終わらせちゃいけないんだから。
She declares even though she's not sure. Besides, how can you rebel against
そ
that?
れが私の方針よ。文句あるあーちゃん。
仕方あるまい。君がそういう人間だということは痛いほど分かっている。
His reply is sarcastic. She snorts as she orders him.
行くわよあーちゃん。どうしてか知らないけどキャスターは竜道寺に戻っていない。なら探し出して戻る前に倒しましょう。
There's no need to answer. The knight in red silently nods and follows behind his master. There are still masses of gloomy clouds in the sky. A moonless night. She departs with an archer to aim at her target. Feels like I got punched. I wake up from the pain on my shoulder. My body's still intact. I can still feel my limbs and hear the sound of my own breathing. My shoulder is wrapped in a bandage, and the bed I'm sleeping in is soft.
ここ
An unfamiliar room. If I remember correctly, someone said something.
ここまでね。シロはもう戦わなくて。
You and I both know he's not gonna stop. Come on. I get up. I remember everything and jump out of bed. Pain causes my back to arch. I touch my left shoulder. It still burns like fire. It feels much worse than a pulled muscle. Well, I'm lucky that my arm is still attached until it was pierced through with a sword. But, honestly, it hurts badly. I slowly get out of bed. If I clench my teeth, I can somehow bear this pain. Then... the heat from my shoulder reaches my head. I shake that off and move my legs.
いないのか。
Yeah, there shouldn't be anyone. I remember Tosaka's words. She said those words and left. She must have gone out to fight by herself. I head to the door. I must go outside. I need to go outside and find Tosaka. I'm gonna fall. I almost fall, so I support myself using the dressing table. That didn't pan out the way you were hoping for, huh? It's useless. I fall to the floor along with the dressing table that I leaned on.
悪い。散らかしちまった。どうさか。
I collect the scattered accessories and put them back.
あれ
Oh. I see something familiar amongst them.
これどこかで。
I've seen this somewhere. Yeah, it was like this back then too. The night I got stabbed in the chest by Lancer. I got a fatal wound, and it was healed before I knew it. I think there was something I picked up when I left the hallway with a sluggish body. It's hot. The poison from my shoulder circulates to my brain and makes me lax.
そうだ。これあの時のと同じだ。
I can tell, but I can't gather my thoughts. Things that I had believed were dreams until now, or whose servant was fighting Lancer at that time. Or who could have saved me when I was dying, and who had the necessity to be there? There's no need to think about those things anymore, yet my head is spinning.
くそ。一つ貸しだとか借りだとか言っておいて、こんなの絶対に返せない借りじゃないか。
I feel dizzy. I'm a mess from the pain, heat, and my own stupidity. I move my legs. Anyway, I have to look for her now. I have something I want to say, and now I have something I have to tell her. That's all I can think about with this brain that's as mushy as stew. I was in front of the train station before I realized it. My hazy mind moves with only vague images. That she's there. It's ordering me to go there to look for her. I don't know why I'm drawn here. My boiled brain only thought of this building. Then I can only follow my instincts. I don't have any other way to find Tosaka to start with. Whatever that may be, I can only cling to something. I go out to the rooftop. The wind that blows high up is cold and cools my heated head down a bit.
あんた、なんで？
A faint gasp. Tosaka was looking down at the town from the rooftop just as she had been that night.
帰りなさい。何のつもりか知らないけど、目障りよ、あなた。
She looks at me angrily. Behind me. There's someone silently telling me that it's not my turn.
帰らない。戻るときは遠坂とだ。一緒に戦うって約束しただろう、俺たちは。
I pull my hazy mind together with force and somehow move my mouth.
そんな約束忘れなさい。だいたい今のあなたに何ができるっていうのよ。セイバーを失ったあなたにマスターの相手は務まらない。
それは。
それにあなたが戦う必要なんてもうないわ。マスターじゃなくなったんだから教会に逃げ込めば安全よ。あとはおとなしくしていれば聖杯戦争は終わってくれる。
I almost faint hearing those words.
バカ言うな。セイバーをあのままにしておけるか。いいか、一度戦うと言ったんだ。ならどんなことになったって最後まで
My vision turns red. I can't talk. Just by yelling, all the muscles in my body cramp up and I feel like I'm gonna die.
それ見なさい。今まではセイバーの助けがあったけど、なくなればそうなるのよ。いい？エミヤ君。人間は傷つけば死ぬの。あなたのその傷だって本来なら致命傷なんだから。
Damn it. I know that already. I know. But I'm in so much pain that the words I need to say can't come out.
それにセイバーがどうのこうのって言うけど、それはあなたが気にかける問題じゃないわ。エミヤ君はマスターじゃなくなったんだから、セイバーがどうなろうと関係ないでしょ。
It does concern me. This pain is proof that I've been saved by Saber until now.
違う。マスターでなくてもだ。セイバーは嫌がっていた。あんな奴の言いなりになんてさせられ。
そう。けどあなたは無力よ。いいわ。あなたが認めようとしないのなら代わりに私が言ってあげる。今のあなたじゃセイバーを助けることなんてできない。
The heat disappears. Even the boiling in my mind froze with those cold-hearted words.
話はここまでよ。セイバーはいなくなってマスターでもなくなった。聖杯戦争なんていう殺し合いに巻き込まれる理由はなくなったんだから、ここで白は降りなさい。
Tosaka turns around and leaves. Amidst the wind blowing at the building, Tosaka kicks the ground without any hesitation.
バカ、何考え
I reach out frantically. There's no need for that. The Red Knight appears beside Tosaka as if to protect her. Even if she jumps from this height, she should be able to land without a problem if she has a servant. Tosaka's lips move slightly. I can't hear what she said, but her eyes that look at me. You'll die if you get involved any longer. She coolly tells me like it's the final warning. The heat that had cooled down returns. My thoughts get confused from the pain and the heat. I can't save Saber. There's no reason for Shiro or Emiya to fight. My wound hurts. I repeat those words in my head as I look down at the night view that swallowed Tosaka. Losing your servant and then being told you can't find anymore must hurt so much, man. Especially for someone like Shiro that bonded with Saber. It is a silent night. The wind blowing through the mountain forest is gentle, and the rustling of the trees is as faint as a whisper. There are no birds singing about winter or beasts howling at the moon. There's only the one passage that leads to the Ryodo Temple. The long stone stairs remain peaceful tonight as well. But others do not know. This piece has already withstood 5 wars, each one a fight to the death. Many servants have challenged the Ryodo Temple. Berserker, Lancer, Rider, Saber, and Archer. The mountain is able to calmly enjoy the darkness thanks to the sorcerer that completely drove those 5 away. The longsword moves. Fortunately, it was a moonless night. The crescent-shaped arc of the moving sword is so elegant that the moon would be ashamed of itself if it saw it.
聞いているのですか、アサシン。あなたには門番を続けてもらうと言ったのです。
He ignores the purple mage caster. Assassin lowers his longsword and glances at the forest without interest.
いや、邪魔者がいてな。おかしな鳥を見かけたので切ってみたが、血も出なければ悲鳴もあげぬ。これはお前の同胞か、キャスター。
そう、監視役の使い魔ね。バーサーカーのマスターか、あのお嬢さんか。どちらにせよ、ここもそう長くは持たない。
Caster walks to the forest and looks down at the thing fallen on the ground. It is the corpse of an owl, a bird made out of crystal, a simple yet excellent spine creation probably made by Archer's master.
あのお嬢さんも運がないわね。もう少し無能なら教え子にしてあげてもよかったのに。
She steps on it. The amethyst crystals are crushed to pieces and scattered on the ground, shining like stars.
こんな輩も多いですし、マスターの守護は任せましたよ、アサシン。マスターが死んでしまっては、私も消えざるを得ない。そうなればあなたとて存在してはいられない。消えたくなければ死ぬ気で門を守りなさい。
さて、死ぬ気でというのは難しいな。この小次郎、生まれてこの方、生きているという実感がない。そのようなものに決死を命じても無意味ではないかな、キャスター。
減らず口よ。勘違いはしないことね、アサシン。あなたは私が呼び出したサーバントよ。 奴隷は奴隷らしく振る舞いなさい。いいこと？主人に忠誠を誓えないのならここで消してしまうだけよ。
There's only enmity and contempt in Castor's voice.